Okay, moving on. The next one I call collocation fun, right? Collocations are words that are often used together, right? Like we talk about heavy rain. In English, we don't say big rain. Today, there's big rain. No, there is heavy rain. So these are cations. Collocation fun is where we're going to practice speaking using a very common teaching method, really based on the task-based approach to teaching, and it's based on prepare, practice, present. So we'll be preparing the words, the collocations, practicing sentences, and then presenting a whole talk. Okay, now the reason I suggest doing this in front of the mirror is that actually, there are great benefits of talking to a mirror. First of all, mirrors don't answer back like young children or wives. But apart from that, right, when you're speaking in the mirror, you can look at your mouth, and you can see the kind of movements that you're making, which is great, right? It's useful for pronunciation. You can also check your body language. You may be surprised to see that you speak like that without ever moving your arms, or that you suddenly realize that I'm doing this all the time. That's fine, but being aware of your body language can be quite good, and also, you feel like you're talking to someone, right? Many people I know, and this happened to me, right? I practiced for a long time with a book, and when I went to speak to somebody in a foreign language, it was like a shock seeing this face in front of me. Oh my God. But practicing with a mirror, you got used to a face in front of you, right? So it does help. So let's look then. Prepare, practice, and present. Preparing, what I suggest you do here is you take a topic, right? A recent topic we were studying in the live lessons was science, right? And then get some collocations. You can use your coursebook if you want. You can get on to the internet. You can go to my channel and watch other contents like how to learn English, my struggle to learn English, and others, etc. This one called the Tales Universe, and in here, right, you have got free videos, lessons you can go through to the free video lessons, and there is a recent one on how to learn English. So you can just listen, right? Download the video. Yeah, we want to download that and then find in there all the collocations. Look, you've got the notes here, and here you've got collocations. You've got idioms, you've got loads of stuff. And what I would do is I would take maybe 6 or 7 collocations or idioms like exact science, it's not rocket science, to be on the same wavelength. And that's the preparation, right? That's step 1. Step 2 is in front of the mirror. Just make a sentence with it, right? Exact science. Well, parenting, bringing up children is not an exact science. Cooking is not an exact science. Frying an egg, it's not rocket science. It's actually quite easy, right? And then I'm just practicing sentences here. And then in the end, after practice, present. I take one of the old part 2 questions around science. Maybe something like, describe an area of science you're interested in, and then start to talk about it for maybe a minute and try, if possible, to use some of these phrases and sentences, right? So you may say something like this. Describe an area of science you're interested in. Well, okay, I guess an area I'm interested in actually is cooking, and I know it's not an exact science, but I guess it's a branch of science, a branch of food science, maybe, right? And I am interested in the science behind cooking. I think it's very interesting. I know with cooking, when you heat things up, they change, and when you mix different things like sugar and vinegar, you get different levels of acidity, and chemical reactions happen. So I think it's really interesting, right? I think chefs and scientists are really on the same wavelength because they're trying to experiment. Discover new things, whether it's cooking or new dishes, things like that. I know cooking isn't rocket science, but I am interested in how it works, and so yes, although it's not a hard science, I think it's an interesting area of science for me. So you can see what I'm doing really here is not giving a perfect part to answer. I'm just trying to activate and practice some of these expressions that I've been learning. And that's it, really. So that's it. It's great because that preparing the collocations, practicing the sentences, and then presenting a talk is a really tried and tested method. Do in front of the mirror. It's great. You get everything. You get the contact with somebody, but you can see yourself. You can monitor yourself. It's really, really effective cat-eye and fun. Great. I want to go and do it. It sounds like so much fun. I'm going to do it again right now. I'll be back in a moment.